Today we are going to discussing about capacitance. About capacitance. Already we studied about capacitor. Already we studied about potential difference, and so basing on that, today we will discuss about the electrical capacitor. So first, what is meant by a capacitor? What is meant by a capacitor? So to store larger amount of energy, to store larger amount of energy at low potential, we are using electrical capacitor. So electrical capacitance of a capacitor, that is given by electrical capacitance of a capacitor is given by, that is equal to charge by potential difference. Okay, charge by potential difference. So here electrical charge by potential difference or electrical potential. So electrical potential. So here capacitor C is equal to a Q amount of charge is given to the capacitor to raise its potential by V. Then C is equal to Q by V. Okay. So as Q is proportional to, here if you increase the charge of a body or a conductor, then its potential difference also increases. So Q is proportional to V, or Q by V is equal to some constant. Q by V is equal to constant. Okay. So the constant is given by C, that is equal to constant of proportionality, which is known as electrical capacitance. So electrical capacitance of a capacitor, that is given by charge ratio between the charge to the potential, electrical potential. So to store large amount of charge at low potential, we are using capacitor. And these capacitors are of mainly capacitor is nothing but two plates, metallic plates, which are separated by dielectric medium. That is known as capacitor or a condenser. Okay, two metallic plates are separated by a dielectric medium, that is known as capacitance or capacitor or a condenser. So here there are mainly several types of capacitors are there. Suppose if you are taking the two parallel plates, metallic plates, that is known as parallel plate capacitor, and if you take a spherical conductor, that is known as spherical type capacitor, or what I mean to say, if you take cylindrical type, that is known as cylindrical type capacitor. Okay, and what is the symbol generally we are using for capacitor? That is this one. Okay, what is the symbol for capacitor? It is the symbol for capacitor. Suppose if you take what is that variable capacitor, how can you represent that variable capacitor? Here this is known as variable capacitor. This is known as variable capacitor. Right? Now next one, what are the units for this capacitor? Bigger unit mainly we will take, that is farad. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. That means if you want to store 1 coulomb of charge at a potential difference of 1 volt, then its capacitance of that conductor, that is said to be 1 farad. So 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. And similar units are there. 1 microfarad. 1 microfarad, that is 10 power minus 6 farads, and 1 millifarad, 10 power minus 3 farads, and 1 picofarad, 10 power minus 12 farads. So likewise, there are several small units also there. Small units. That is little bit. 1 micro, 10 power minus 6, by doing numericals. This type of small units we use 10 power minus 6 farads, 1 millifarad, 10 power minus 3, 1 pico, 1 nano, 10 power minus 9, like this. Next topic is, what is the principle behind this capacitance of a capacitor? Okay, so next topic is capacitor and its principle. Capacitor and its principle. Okay, capacitor and its principle. So here, suppose let us consider a metallic plate A. Okay, so let us consider a metallic plate A like this. Okay, and let us take let q amount of charges, positive charges given to this metallic plate. Okay, and suppose now you take another uncharged conductor nearer to the plate of this, so that here the q amount of charges given or positive charges given to this capacitor, and here if you take an uncharged capacitor or a conductor nearer to this plate, so that due to the induction, what will happen? Here negative charges are created. Okay, nearer to this positive plate, and here from this side positive charges are created. And this, due to the property of induction, negative charges are created, and here positive charges also created on the other face of the conductor. So here what will happen? Here these negative charges will decrease the potential of this, what I mean to say, negative charges will decrease the potential of the plate A. Let us take A and B, you give them. Okay, A and B. So here these negative charges will decrease the potential of plate A, as well as these positive charges, they will increase the potential of plate B. So that what will happen? The net amount of potential, that means that will increase. That means some more requirement of, due to this negative charge, here this will decrease the potential of A, and positive charge that will increase the potential of A, but it is very near to this. So here what will happen? The net amount of potential will decrease in this A, so that some more requirement of charge is taking place. Some more requirement of charge is taking place to this plate A, so that here we can increase the capacitance. Some more requirement of charge taking place means its capacitance increases. So we can increase the capacitance of this capacitor or conductor by keeping a uncharged conductor near this. Okay, so we can increase the capacitance of this capacitor A by keeping. We can increase the capacitance of a conductor by keeping an uncharged conductor and conductor to bringing the or by keeping the uncharged conductor nearer to you. Nearer to you. And the next step, what you are doing? You are doing earth to this. Suppose let us take again. This is plate A.
Look this side.
This is plate A. And positive charges are there. And this is plate B. Here, due to the induction, negative charges are created like this. And this is positive charges are created like this. So here, suppose you are doing earth to this capacitor. So that here what will happen? Here, if you are doing earth, automatically positive charges will move to earth. So that this plate B will become negatively charged. So that what will happen here? So here what will happen? If you this will decrease the positive. That means charge on the plate A. This will decrease the positive charge on the plate A. So that net amount of so here what will happen? This only it is left with negative. It is only left with negative plate, negative charge. So this will decrease the positive charge of this capacitor. So that some more requirement of charge will take place to plate A or metallic plate A or conductor. So we can increase the. So here what will happen? Electrical potential increases. So its capacitance also increases. So we can increase the capacitance of a conductor by bringing an uncharged conductor nearer to this capacitor, which is connected to earth. So this is the principle behind this what is that capacitor. Okay, so I think you clearly understand about this concept. Now here what is a capacitor or a condenser? What is a capacitor or a condenser? It is it consists of two metallic plates which are separated by a dielectric medium. This is known as capacitance of a capacitor or condenser. It is also known as capacitor or condenser. Okay, so this capacitor that mainly consists of two metallic plates which are separated by a dielectric medium. Okay, so this is about capacitor or a condenser. And what is the principle behind it? If you take an uncharged condenser nearer to the charged body, so that its capacitance increases. So that is all the principle behind to the capacitor, right? And now here next concept is grouping of capacitors. Next concept is grouping of capacitors. Grouping of capacitors. So here first let us consider capacitors in series. Capacitors in series. Okay. So here now let us consider. And one more thing you remember. Suppose let us take a small bulb, electric bulb, and suppose if you connect it to the capacitor in a circuit, okay, and likewise, suppose a battery is connected, so that here this will charges this capacitor, and here what will happen? This bulb will glow, and if you disconnect this battery. So that here what will happen? The discharge of charge will take place from the capacitor. So that bulb will switch off, or it does not glow after disconnecting this to the what I need to say battery. Okay, glowing of bulb will decreases. That means the brightness of bulb will decreases. Brightness of bulb will decreases. Okay, and now next topic is grouping of capacitors. That means capacitors which are connected in series. Okay, suppose here you can consider one plate of capacitor. The left plate of capacitor is connected to the right plate. Okay, end-to-end connection like this. So end-to-end connection. Let us consider three capacitors C1 and C2, C1, C2, C3, and which are connected by a wires. Okay, so here which are connected by the wires, and here let us take that is C1, C2 and C3. Three capacitors are there, and let equal amount of charge plus Q is given to the capacitor, to all the capacitors, and to all the capacitors, and let the potential difference between these two plates, that is given by V1, and potential difference between these two plates is given by V2, and potential difference between these two plates is given by V3. Okay, so here let Q is the equal amount of charge is given to the capacitor. So that here in series connection or in series combination, charge is same for all the capacitors, and potential varies from one capacitor to another capacitor. And here let the total amount of potential is given by V, which is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, V1 plus V2 plus V3, and we know that the total capacitance of a conductor, that is given by Q by V. So therefore C is equal to Q by V, or V is equal to what will happen? Q by C. V is equal to Q by C. So therefore here V is equal to Q by C. So therefore V1 is equal to Q by C1, and V2 is equal to Q by C2, and V3 is equal to Q by C3. V3 is equal to Q by C3. So therefore V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, and therefore Q by C is equal to Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3. So this implies Q by C is equal to Q into 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So therefore here what is the formula for this capacitance? 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. 1 by C3. So the reciprocal of the capacitance of a conductor, that is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of the capacitances of individual conductors. The reciprocal of the capacitance of a conductor, that is given by, that is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of the individual capacitances of a conductor. So this is about capacitors in series combination. Okay. So this is the formula for capacitors in series combination. Now coming to capacitors in parallel combination. Next topic is the series combination of capacitors. Now we shall continue with parallel combination of capacitors. Capacitors in parallel combination. Parallel combination. Okay. So capacitors in parallel combination. Now, what is meant by this capacitors in parallel combination? Let us consider. Now we shall continue this topic with the parallel combination of the capacitors. Okay, capacitors in parallel combination. Capacitors in parallel combination. So here I already told you that positive terminals of all the capacitors are connected to one point and negative terminals of all the capacitors are connected to another point like this, and that all the positive terminals of the capacitors are connected to one point and all the negative terminals of the capacitors are connected to another point. Let us consider that Q is the charge of these capacitors. Okay, this is positive, negative like this. So here also this is positive, okay, and this is negative. So here one more point I want to tell you, that Q amount of charge is given to this capacitor. It will attract this negative charge from C2, so that on the other plate of the capacitor, on the other plate of the condenser or conductor, it will become negatively charged. And again, due to this, what will happen? This plate will become positively charged. And here, this positive charge, again it brings negative charge from the other plate, other capacitor, so that this plate will become negative charge elected. So this is about capacitors in series. Now in parallel combination, here these are 2 points like this, and here let us take this is given like this, and here let the potential difference between these capacitors, that is given by V. V is the potential difference between the 2 parallel plates of the capacitor. So here this is, let us say C1, C2 and C3 are the capacitors, and here suppose that Q amount of charge is given to this capacitor, so that the charge divided in this is Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q1, Q2 and Q3. So this is about charge will divided, and here the total charge is given by, okay, the total charge Q is given by Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Okay, the total charge Q is given by Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, and here I think you know C is equal to Q by V. C is equal to Q by V. So therefore, okay, C is equal to Q by V. So therefore, Q is equal to CV. Q is equal to CV. And in parallel combination, potential difference is same. Why? Because all the positive ends and negative ends are connected to all the positive ends are connected to one point and all the negative ends are connected to another point, so that here potential difference is same in the parallel combination. Now you can consider Q is equal to CV. So therefore so Q1 is equal to how much? C1 into V. Q2 is equal to C2 into V, and Q3 is equal to C3 into V. C3 into V. So therefore, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So therefore, CV is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3V. So therefore, C is equal to CV is equal to, if you take common B, C1 plus C2 plus C3. So therefore, C is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. C1 plus C2 plus C3. So this is the resultant capacitance of a capacitor in parallel combination. C is the resultant capacitance of capacitance in parallel combination, that should be equal to the sum of the individual capacitors. If you consider n number of capacitors, C is equal to C1 plus C2 plus and so on Cn. That is equal to sigma I is equal to, suppose Cn is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n Ca. That means C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus and so on Cn. So this is about capacitors in parallel combination and capacitors in series combination. Now next topic is energy stored in the capacitor. Next topic is energy stored in the capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor. Energy stored in the capacitor. Let us consider a positively charged capacitor like this. Okay. Let us consider two capacitors. Which are connected. What I mean to say, let us consider two capacitors. One is positively charged and other one is negatively charged. Okay. This is plus Q and this is minus Q. So let us consider two capacitors. One is positively charged and plus Q, and other one is having the charge minus Q. Okay, and here suppose here these are separated by some distance apart, and here suppose initially you consider that these two capacitors are conductors are uncharged. Okay, and here now what you are doing, you are transferring small amount of charge dq from conductor 2 to this is, that is maybe conductor 2 and this is conductor 1. Okay, now what you are doing, you are transferring this small amount of charge from dq from this second conductor to the first conductor. Okay, so further you are doing some amount of work. So the amount of work done by transferring dq amount of charge from conductor 2 to conductor 1. Conductor 2 to conductor 1. That is given by dq, small amount of work done. dq is equal to, okay, what is that, it may be dw, that is given by some what I mean to say, that is the electric field. Now you can take that is equal to some dq into E into dq. So what is E? You know that E is equal to Q by C. Okay. Q by C into dq. So small amount of work done is given by Q by C into dq. Okay, so this is the small amount of work done that you are bringing a small unit positive charge dq from conductor 2 to conductor 1. Okay, so total amount of charge is given from conductor 2 to conductor 1 is plus q. Okay, so the total amount of charge given to conductor 1 is given by, okay, is given by integral. What you have to do? Integration is nothing but summation. So integral dw is equal to integral q by c into dq. Integral q by c into dq. Okay, so here as you know that q by c into dq, so that is equal to what I mean to say, integral dw is equal to q by c into dq. You can take c in outside, integral q into dq. What is integral x power n dx? Integral x power n dx, that is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the formula in integration. Okay, so that is equal to, here w is equal to 1 by c into q square by 2. So that is equal to q square by 2c. Okay, so amount of work done that is stored in the form of energy. So W is equal to q square by 2c. As you know that q is equal to cv. So cv whole square by 2c, that is equal to c square v square by 2c. C and c get cancelled. So therefore amount of work done, that is equal to u, that is equal to half cv square. So this is the total amount of work done on giving the charge plus q to conductor 1 from conductor 2. So this is about energy stored in the capacitor, that is given by u is equal to half cv square. Okay, and next small topic is, you know that capacitance C is equal to this formula by D. This is another formula used in the capacitance. C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. What is epsilon naught? Electrical permittivity of the medium, dielectric medium. Okay, and A is the area of the parallel plate capacitor, and D is the distance apart, or distance between the two plates of the capacitor. So if you want to increase the capacitance of a capacitor, you have to increase the area of the plates, so that on increasing the area of the plates you can store more and more amount of charge on the capacitor, so that its capacitance increases. So on increasing the area of the parallel plate capacitor or plates of the capacitor, so its area of the capacitor, its capacitance increases. And also by decreasing the distance between the two metallic plates of the capacitor, okay, two metallic plates, and decreasing the distance between the two metallic plates, you can also increase the capacitance of a capacitor. So today we learned about what is capacitor and what is principle behind capacitor, and what are the grouping of capacitors in series combination as well as in parallel combination, as well as energy stored in the capacitor, and how can you increase the capacitance of a capacitor. Okay, so thank you for listening.